Hello friends, welcome to bispsolutions.com. My name is Sumit and I am VP CRM Solutions with BISP. This video is something about Salesforce Advanced Development, and in this video I am going to demonstrate you how to schedule an Apex class within Salesforce. So first of all, let's try to understand what do we mean by scheduling an Apex. Scheduling an Apex means it will basically Apex scheduler it's very helpful to invoke an Apex class which can be executed at a specific time. So basically we can create an Apex class with certain code, and we can schedule that Apex class to be executed automatically after a specific interval. We can schedule it for to be execute on daily basis or on monthly basis. So very first thing in while scheduling an Apex class is we would be going to implement the schedulable interface. Now this schedulable interface uh, contains one execute method. This is the default method which exists within schedulable interface, which is mandatory to be mentioned, or which is mandatory to be uh, defined within this test class, because this test class is invoking schedulable class, and this schedulable is an interface, and here we can write our code. So we can specify the schedule using either the schedule apex page in Salesforce user interface or the system schedule method. So there are two ways to schedule this. So either we can schedule it by the system schedule method available within Salesforce, or we can schedule it by using Salesforce user interface. So in this video, we'll be going to use the system schedule method to schedule this Apex class. So let's have a look how can we create an Apex class which can be used for scheduling, and we'll also see how can we schedule it by using the system schedule method. So in order to do that, you should have an account. So I've already got a Salesforce account and I'm going to use that. So I switch to Salesforce. Now in Salesforce, click on setup. Then scroll down, click on create, develop an Apex class. Create Apex class. There are two ways to create an Apex class. Either we can use a developer console, or we can create an Apex class within this Salesforce by clicking on new button. So I click on new to create a new Apex class. So let's define an Apex class here. So I create public class, test class, implements schedulable. Schedulable is an interface, and while we are implementing this interface, so we need to define a function named as execute, and this function takes one parameter, schedulable context con. And finally, and now in this I'm going to create, my requirement is that every time we execute this after a specific interval, so I would like to add a new record into account. So I write account ACC is equal to new account, and I define name is equal to test schedule account, and pass a command insert ACC, and let's save it. Oh, I got an error. I missed this semicolon. Just make sure, like I'm getting some error messages because this I spelled it wrong, so it should be schedulable. I'm getting error message because this class I've already used previously, so I just mention it test class 1 and save it. So you can see the class has been scheduled. Basically this class has been created. Now let's have a look how to schedule this Apex class. to be executed at a specific interval. So we'll get back to the list of Apex classes, and at the top, just above all the class names, you can see there is a button called Schedule Apex. So we click on this Schedule Apex button, and we can specify a job name. Define a test, let's say schedule test class 1. We need to select the Apex class which we want to schedule, and it will give a list of the classes which we want to schedule. So I say test class 1, and the frequency, when would you like to schedule at. So we would like to schedule it on weekly basis or on monthly basis. So let's suppose I want to schedule it on weekly basis, and on every Saturday this should be executed. Start date and end date, so a defined end date to 2018, and the preferred start time would be 4 p.m. And finally click on save. So the job has been scheduled. So the job has been scheduled. Now in order to figure it out that what are the jobs we have scheduled, so we can switch to jobs, and here we have an option called schedule jobs. So we can click on schedule jobs to find out any scheduled jobs we have. So you can see that we have a scheduled test class 1, and that would be submitted on today. It won't start it will be starting, it's not started yet, and the next scheduled run will be 7/15/2017 at 4 p.m. and the type is schedule Apex. So like this we can schedule the Apex classes. So that's all in this video. That's how we can schedule an Apex class in Salesforce. We in BISP, we provide training plus consultant services as well as job support on Salesforce. If you are willing to go for that, you can contact us on the given website www.bispsolutions.com. If you have any queries, you can write your questions, you can post your queries in comment box. Don't forget to press like button for this video. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.